Recording. Yeah. Hello, Mrs. Ryan.
Hello.
Hello, Stacey Ackman.
Hi.
Wow, and there you go. Inhaled the phlegm. Uh-oh. Hello. I really did. Pardon me. Hello, Mrs. Ryan.
Howdy. It just
Cut to you
reminds
for a
me
sec.
of the Seinfeld episode. Who's the old man? We were just talking about Seinfeld. Who's like the one, he always wears a workout outfit and he has a hoarse voice.
Oh, take the pen?
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about the uncle?
I think
It's Uncle Leo. Hello, but you mean the competitor for Del Boca Vista,
yeah,
right down there in
he wears
Florida?
a headband and he has arm
Take
weights.
the pen. Isn't he the astronaut pen guy?
I think so. Yeah, it's just stuck in my head when that happened.
That's awesome. Hello, Mrs. Ryan. Today, hello, everybody out there. Let's see, what camera are we on? All right,
Hello.
there we go. Good evening. Today is Tuesday, June 12th, 2018. I am sitting here with Mrs. Ryan. Our guest today will be Stacey Ackman. She'll be in just a few minutes.
Excited.
You are?
I haven't seen this girl. We've worked together like here and there over the years forever. We just found a picture from '07 that I'm sure we'll talk about. But I haven't seen her
Yeah, I'll have
in
to put that in after, I
forever,
forgot.
and I'm so happy.
Well,
so
that's nice.
happy, yeah.
Would you keep talking about that for a second? And I'm going to see if I can pull that up while we're here without dumping out of this thing.
Yeah, we were when I used to rep talent.
Oh, no, because you emailed it to me. I'll have to put it in later. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Well,
Text it in the future or airdrop it right to the control room here.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, it's no problem, though. So you can tell us about the picture, and then I'll just drop it in. Imagine you're looking at the picture right now.
It's the coolest thing. It was in August of '07. It was at a birthday party up in Hollywood, and it was an '80s party. But I never dress up.
They're
but
looking
Stacey
at
did.
it. What are we seeing?
I think I have a red dress on, and Stacey was in like full on '80s garb because she's awesome and she matched the party. It was an '80s like karaoke party.
All right. They were looking at it, so it's like, you know what I mean. It's like, and we have things to you. I thought you just had it up so you could remember.
That it was an '80s karaoke party for.
That's it. That's all we got.
We'll talk about it. I'm sure more. That's all I remember.
It was a good party.
Well, I'm glad we brought it up now then. All right. Well, it's let's just get right into the news, Mrs. Ryan. What's going on?
Dun, dun, dun. I will make sure to talk more about this tomorrow, but there's a new moon in Gemini, which is a super big deal in astrology.
Oh, really?
For anyone. Yeah, I was talking about that this morning. Kirsten got interested after she was here. She's like, you
had coffee with Kirsten Anderson this morning.
Yeah, she forgot the book again, so I'll just shout out to that.
All right. No problem.
That's for her. But we talked a lot of astrology. She didn't know I was into it, so that was really neat.
Didn't you guys talk about it on the show, or was that with somebody else? That was with somebody else.
That was with
maybe.
Daria. I think we dived into that, but it's
so
neat.
maybe she heard it on the show, and then you.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, which is rad because I don't know anyone like off the off the top of my head that's like I like astrology. So it's neat to find people.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, so the first headline.
That, just so you know, was I'm going to talk more about this tomorrow. That's what that one seemed to be. But today, here's the headline. So what should we take away from all of this? Because I don't know I kind of feel unfulfilled with that one.
Okay. You need, the idea is that you do rituals for new moons. So this was just a heads up for anyone that's into that like, FYI, it's a new moon and you should do rituals tonight, tomorrow, whatever.
I don't want to spend too much time on this, but can you tell us what that might be? Because I don't actually know.
The ritual, well, you don't, okay, it's a lot of meditation, truthfully, is what it comes down to. A lot of people use crystals and they sage the apartment and stuff to clear the entry of the new moon.
Okay, well, we sage every once in a while. Is that the type of thing I should do? Because it's probably time anyway with the new studio.
Yeah, I would say let's do it. But it's kind of like paving the road before you invite a parade through. Did I get big? My arm got big again. Sorry.
No, I was trying to find a camera to get out of it, but you seemed to find them all. It was great. like an octopus.
I'm great at that.
Yeah, no, I have no issues with it. I know that it's something you're self-conscious
Self-conscious about, yeah. My flailing.
Yeah, her flailing is an issue.
Yes. I'm trying to get used to it. Man, is it annoying.
What are you gonna do?
Do you have any more questions about the moon, or should I just?
Nah,
talk
you
more
can move
about
on.
it? Okay. Well, the first headline is stress is bad for your body, but how? Studying piglets might shed light.
Okay.
Apparently, their GI systems are the most similar to humans.
I feel like we could just study humans. I mean, there's a lot of stress going on in the world, and people are dropping like flies, whether it's from heart attacks or suicide. So, I mean,
It's less subjective. It's more objective to study not humans because they don't talk and they don't misrepresent themselves and say, I'm not stressed out.
I don't know a lot of pigs that commit suicide or you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like it's not as severe in these piglets is my point.
It's not. But
How
it's
many piglets do you see walking into a pawn shop going, I want a gun today?
Here's the deal. You know how they like lab test shit on rats and stuff
Totally,
that they
yes.
end up using on humans?
You know I do because of my childhood. That sounds horrible. We'll get into that. It was a neighbor. A neighbor owned a company where it doesn't matter. That sounded horrible. Erase.
What PETA has done, I don't know if they're involved in this, but they've made it safer to test so that we can research without hurting things.
Oh, interesting.
So this is a way to do that without being intrusive to humans' GI systems and monitoring what people are eating and blah, blah, blah.
It's one of those things people will eventually find out. I find that if you want to go down a hole deep enough and to find an answer, you're going to find it. You know what I mean? So if
Yes.
somebody wants to go to pigs and find out the answer to the stress in humans, they're going to go down there and they're going to get all sorts of results, and somebody else will do it 10 years later and get the opposite results because that's what they wanted. You know what I'm saying? It's
Here's how I look at things. This is the headline, right? It's not the whole thing. So I read the whole study.
Okay.
The headline is mildly misleading in that this information is not until the end. They talk a lot more about immune systems and childhood development and in utero and blah, blah, blah.
So yeah, all right.
So, like,
it does sound better.
Yeah,
At
it's
least
more thorough.
There you go, more thorough.
So it was really interesting. So I wanted to bring it up here to be like, take a look. Like, if you're stressed out, there's articles that don't look like they're not like, what are some life hacks? It's like, study pigs.
Or just follow Molly Cyrus's lead and just go get yourself a stressed pig. And then you alleviate your stress and you have a little piglet.
She has a pig?
Didn't she used to? I thought
Probably,
so.
yeah.
Well, I feel like there was one there. We were at the
They lived
at the family
he lived
house
on
once
a farm,
for a while.
I thought. So I thought pigs were kind of just there.
We're talking about the family house in Nashville.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh my! Well, George Clooney, I know, has a little pig or had one.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so
So-
he's maybe a better reference.
Have a Google.
It was like Tori Spelling or somebody when I was a kid. Do you remember when we were younger and it was like the 90s
I
and
just remember George Clooney having a pig.
all right,
It's
so
a big deal.
I'm
I
probably
think he
older
walked
than
him
all
on
you
the red
guys.
carpet because he was little, and he
Yeah,
brought
I'm
him.
probably older than you guys. There was somebody way back when, like in the 90s, that had one.
Well, wasn't there a lady? This is separate. Sorry, but had big jungle cats, and her daughter's a famous actress.
We just saw that on something. That was this is true. Famous family. This daughter too. Melanie Griffith.
Finn's mom.
Melanie Griffith, I believe.
Yeah. Tipper? No, that's Gore.
People know. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
From the Birds. Tippy Hedren, I believe. Yeah, from the Birds.
Yeah. Those pictures scared the bejesus out of me because they're so like in your face with big cats that can maul your face.
There's one definitely, and maybe even two documentaries dedicated to that. If not documentaries, but movies dedicated to that. You should or we should watch if you're interested in that. I mean, there's horrible stories about how Hitchcock just tormented Tippi Hedren and the people on that movie to get that horror.
Yeah, I watched something
I don't know
where
if
they
it's true, but
talked
these are the
about
Hollywood
that.
lore stories.
I watched something where that was the emotion that came through. It was like there was fear.
Yeah, it definitely seems it.
Yeah, well.
Well, that was a good one.
Get a pig. May I do the second one?
Please just keep on going.
I'm going to keep going. The next headline that I saw that stuck with my brain was...
Doing a book report.
Sorry, backtrack. The next headline is LSD and DMT caused the brain to forge new connections in flies and rats.
I read this as well. That's another one. I'm just like, hey, what about the humans? Because I mean, I feel like I'm glad we're getting places with this, but people are already studying this stuff in humans, just like the stress. I can't figure out why we're going to other places.
It's an alternative, objective way to look at the same information.
Why am I so close-minded about that? Why do I feel like, oh, you should just deal? I feel like I'm like in a race to help, and I feel like it's almost time wasting. It's like, but you could have the answer sooner if you went to the right place to ask the question. That's my brain.
I'm going to throw it out there that I don't think I'm alone in that I confuse mental processes. And the more women I talk to that are caught up in the world of work that I used to do specifically, they get it's like they're trying to compete with millennials. And so their information just goes out. And so asking someone what stresses them out or how they feel is sometimes confusing because they
don't know.
Yeah. It's weird. It sounds crazy.
It does sound crazy. I guess it makes sense in this crazy world. I cannot relate to that, though. I can't imagine being that unhooked from myself to not know.
It's bizarre. And I was talking about it this morning and having to explain to someone that, like, I get both sides. Like, you're a much more logical, clear-headed person than anyone I'm used to dealing with.
Thank you.
Sure.
No, I'm just kidding.
But it comes down to the fact that you don't try to multitask, which just winds you up to start a lot of projects and not finish. And that's what
like everybody else.
Yeah, and you don't do that. So it's now it's as if society's evolved where that's now the golden goose, and monotask is the name of the game versus do as much.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, that's it.
You know me from my push is authenticity. Just in life, if you've dealt with enough people, you've met enough liars and enough people who misrepresent themselves and stuff. And a lot of people do it intentionally to get ahead. A lot of people do it for financial gain. A lot of people have no clue that they're doing it because they have no clue who they are.
Yeah.
Anyway, once you've done enough interactions with the people in the world and you've got enough data or whatever that you've sort of made your mind up about how things work, and you whether you're right or wrong, you have reconciled your thoughts and your feelings on the world, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm immediately forgetting where I'm going with this, but I find it, I get confused when other people get confused.
Yeah. It's illogical.
Because I don't understand. Like, how did you... This was the problem we were talking about a second ago. How did you fucking squirrel over here so quickly and then not even remember that we were, like, on this problem together and we were, like, 75% to solving that problem together?
Yeah.
And now I'm here and you're gone and now I've got 25% more of a problem. Like, I can do it myself, but I don't understand why you're not going to be here for the completion of it. Not you. One.
No,
And I feel like that multiplies everywhere, whether it's awareness. It's just awareness, I guess.
It's awareness, and from what I can gather from the conversations I've had, because this is a huge problem for me, of like, the more scattered the intake of information is for me, the less I can walk.
Yeah.
So I'm really sensitive to conversations where people are like, but I'm so busy. I'm like, why? What are you doing? You're on Facebook 17 times a day. You're not.
Well, people are busy, but they're
choosing
choosing to do that, whether they realize it or not. Most people don't. I would say like 90% of the people don't realize it, and then like the other 10% feel stuck. They realize it, but they're stuck.
It's become an obligation for some people. They don't know how to separate what they want to do and the desire to want to do something versus what they have to do. And I think people don't always know the delineation. And I know that I struggled still with that. And so
we should have a whole big discussion on that sometime. We should find an expert on the subject, because this is fascinating to me and I would love to. I feel like that's the type of thing that if we could get a handle on and, figure out a way to communicate it, we could help people with that.
I really hope so. Because I really hope so. I would love to do a bigger thing on that.
Nice, good catch.
Thanks. I'm trying, man. I promise.
It's great. You're doing great.
Can I read 3 quick things, and then if anything buzzes.
Can you please stop asking questions? This is your thing. You own it however you
I'm
want
going
it
to read
to be.
3 things that I don't know a ton about,
Okay.
but I found them interesting and ironic, I guess is the word I'll use, but whatever. It's probably not.
I'm in. You've got me. I'm a captive audience.
The first one
Stacey isn't going anywhere.
Love you. The first one is Jim Parsons credits Britney Spears for his success.
Sweet.
Apparently, One More Time, Hit Me Baby One More Time was his graduate drama prep. So I find that hilarious, and I really like him. Bob Hope's Toluca Lake home.
I read that one.
Where he spent his final days, which was in 2003, sold for $15 million.
Yeah, we were at the practice. I remember that day.
Where was he?
Right around the corner.
But I don't know. Okay.
I don't want to tell people exactly
Right.
where we are, but he was very close. Toluca
Very
Lake is not a
close.
big
Okay.
place, and we were both, not at the same time, but he was
Right.
in a much nicer, he was in the nicest part, and we're in the, right on the fringe there.
Cool. Well, congrats to that. 15 grand.
Well, because we're
million
like right
dollars.
on the North Hollywood side to be,
Right.
whatever.
It's not different.
We're very freeway friendly, universal friendly, Coanga Pass friendly. We're very easy to get to.
Right.
He was
yeah.
gated.
Right. So different
a
life.
little bit.
Well, kudos. I like Bob Hope for the USO shit. So I plan on doing a bigger
right.
episode more about him. I'm curious.
Well, you know what? If we get Jay Leno in here too, you guys could talk about it because
Yeah?
you guys went together
Oh, yeah.
to Afghanistan.
Yeah. That's cool. That's interesting. And the last one, just because I'm such a fan of his, Pete Davidson and Ariana Grande are engaged, and they celebrated.
Engaged? Did
Yeah.
this whole thing
So
happen in
quick.
2 weeks?
Pete Davidson from SNL.
Okay.
Okay.
And Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Apparently, they've only been dating for a few weeks.
I was going to say, that's all that's been on social. She was like young when she did SNL, but it was one of the best SNLs I'd seen in
Yeah.
a while.
Like under 21.
That seems right, but he's only like 25, right? Something like that.
I don't know.
He was
We're
7
talking
when
about
2001.
the age of the two of them, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah. I think they're young. She's hilarious, but I thought it was fun. They were one of 3 couples listed that celebrated their engagement at Disneyland. So
Oh,
I figured, sure.
well, that's cool. So they're out here.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
I have a couple things that I just found interesting in the news. There was a little mix-up, we'll call it a mix-up, that meant malware could have posed as Apple software, and nobody noticed for 10 years.
What? 10 years? That's cool. Wow. I feel like the ramifications from that are massive.
You would think so, except here's my take on it. We've gotten to this place where everything can be 3D printed, everything can be made. We're in a world of ones and zeros. It's what we always wanted, right? A digital world, everything's ones and zeros. Here's what I find with ones and zeros. Everything comes down to ones and zeros. Everything,
Yeah.
all communication, all record keeping, everything. So if you're one of those people, and it's getting to be everybody now who's good at rearranging ones and zeros, anything can be hacked. Anything. Anything.
true.
I don't care how good. Make it good, they'll get as good, blah, blah, blah. It goes on forever. I don't want to make any predictions, but with what I just said, do you see an end result?
I'm reluctant to say. It's just all so crazy to me.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. We'll see where it goes, because I don't know how you police something that all of a sudden is essentially open source. I mean, I'm talking way down the line. Everyone's crypto, everything is all safe and everything. But I'm saying it is, if you get down to the bottom, the most whatever you call that. When something's a fraction. What do you call that when it's you make
Prime number? No, that's not right.
reduced. It's reduced down to its most core. Yeah, forget it. I can forget what I'm talking about there. John Schneider from the Dukes going to jail. Spousal support. I know. Weird. 3 days at least.
Spousal support?
Unpaid.
Oh, yeah. Rose
Rose McGowan indicted on cocaine charges.
Stop. I did not hear that.
I'm sorry I have to do it. I feel like, and I understand that she's got a lot of awesome stuff going on for women right now, but it seems like maybe you should keep your nose clean. There, I did it. Ba-dum-tsh. Oh.
Oh.
Went there. That's out. All right. That has been What's Going On. Good job, Mrs. Ryan. All right, let's do a new segment that's about 2 seconds long. We're going to call it Nailed It. Yesterday, we were not sure what the name of the wonderful company that invited us to go to the fantastic Sunset GT, the people, the organizers for it. It's O'Gara Coach. O'Gara Coach is who our friend works for, etc. Their brands are spectacular. Allow me. Aston Martin, Bentley, Bugatti, Koenigsegg, Lamborghini, McLaren, and a Rolls Royce. Not on there is Porsche. That's what I was saying. So it always seemed like maybe a little too fancy of an event for us to go to until we were specifically invited.
Yeah. Now I understand. And when we saw Rod, he basically echoed that sentiment.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. That was a Nailed It segment. The Nailed It, of course, is sarcastic and ironic. Very quickly, let's get through the East Coast feed. It's East Coast feed with Steve Kaz.
Awesome.
Ryan, hello. You're in the car with all of us, coming back from Great Adventure. We're currently in Jersey, unfortunately, stuck in traffic at the Lincoln Tunnel. Boo! Boo hiss. But we are headed back to the Big Bad Apple, drop off Jazz. Just want to drop some love in the East Coast feed with Steve Kaz.
He's so funny.
He's hilarious.
Oh my gosh. All right, so that is it. We've got Stacey Ackman now.
Let's bring her in.
Yeah, all right. We will be back right after this, and Stacey Ackman will be here.
Cool.
And we're back, Mrs. Ryan.
We're back.
We're back with Stacey Ackman. Hello.
So exciting. Yay.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. I want to open with, you have just been dying to get coffee with Nicole lately, and her rule apparently these days is if you want to see me, you have to come on the podcast.
Yeah.
So here you are. You're a
Here
trooper.
I am.
You're a
I was
trooper.
like, yeah, let's get lunch or something. She's like, okay, cool. Can you be here at 12:30 and be on the show? Cool.
Awesome. Is that what it was? You just put it right out there?
It was not that direct, but
But
it was
pretty.
The sentiment was pretty clear.
I mean, if you know Nicole, it's fairly direct.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I just don't have energy, and we tape the show around lunchtime, so I don't get out often around lunchtime, and I am really tired. I just tell everyone that now.
That's okay, right?
hey,
It's what it is. So it's.
I mean, I was hoping that there would be food here also, but whatever.
Oh, we should have done that, huh?
I'm just kidding.
I'll make you a grilled cheese. I'm good at that.
Great.
That's true. All right. Well, you guys have known each other forever. I want to get into who you are and what you do, etc. But do you guys have any catching up to do or anything?
We probably have a million things to catch up
Yeah.
on, but my mind immediately goes back to I was a smoker, which is horrible. But
As I was too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that
Yep.
part. But I used to put clients on the radio show that you did.
Yep.
Which was so much fun over at Indy, right?
Yeah, I worked at Indy 103.1, which is a radio station that was here in Los Angeles and it's on my resume, and still when I apply for jobs, people see it and they're like, I miss that
Miss the
station. And
station.
it's been off the air for like 10 years now.
That long?
Yeah, almost 10
Wow.
years. And so people are still like, oh, I love that station.
People I know loved that.
Yeah.
Like it was such a good
It was-
get for people. And so knowing you was like immediately put me at the top of, like, for some people it was the fact that I knew the Vogue editor, and other people it was the fact that I knew how to get them on Indie.
Yeah.
Because they loved that show that you guys did. Who were those?
It was,
hosts?
Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols.
Right.
Was the.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy
So,
cow.
Yeah, he's on KLOS now on 95.5, but that was the big get. But like they had Henry Rollins and Dickie Barrett from the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones and Joe Escalante from the Vandals, and I mean,
I remember
was-
the Henry Rollins show. That was
Yeah.
syndicated too, wasn't it?
and now he's on KCRW.
Really? What a great place for him.
Yeah,
I can't
it's
believe
perfect.
that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's so neat. He's one of those people that unless you get through the barrier of the screaming rock star,
Yeah.
like you don't realize that he's a damn genius.
Oh,
he's just one of the, whether you agree with what he says or not, his brain is incredible.
Yeah, and he's you meet him the first time and you're very intimidated. And then you just start talking to him and you're like, oh, he's a nice guy and he's so smart.
Really?
And he knows everything about everything. He really is.
You had a
very
ton of
smart.
smart people over there. Like
Yeah, I know. That's why I
everyone
worked
that-
there. I'm so
Hello.
smart. Obviously.
Yeah, we got to have really awesome, smart conversations because
Yeah.
the shit you were working on was legit and
Yeah.
smart people and like interesting people.
And it was a special place, and it was my first radio job.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it was
I didn't
just-
know that.
Yeah, it was my first radio job.
Did you
And-
not intend to get into radio?
No, I didn't intend to get into radio, but what happened was I was working at Paramount, and this radio station came on, and it was incredible. And I had a friend in,
What years were you working at Paramount? Do you mind if I ask?
it was like 2004
At the same time?
ish,
Okay.
3. Yeah, I was an assistant to a producer there, and but my time was, it was time for me to like move on, and Indy came on the air, and I just started basically helping out there in my free time, because I had a really good friend who worked in the music industry, and she knew Michael Steele, who was the program director at the time, and so
One
I
thing
was
led
just
to
like,
another.
yeah, and then I was like, cool, this is fun, like helping and learning, but now I need a job, and they're like, well, actually, we have a job for you, and
Wow,
so
that just doesn't
yeah,
happen.
it doesn't
That's
happen like that.
amazing.
I was like super fortunate, so lucky, and I had no idea like the gold mine that I like started working at, and it was just, and then I met great people.
Yeah.
Who did you book on that show?
Avery a lot.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
It's right on the wall over there.
Yeah.
Sean Avery.
That's why I was like, that guy that we had there a lot. And you pointed out, you're like, no, the other one. Yeah, Sean's an awesome character like that. So he kind of fit over there. Timothy Oliphant was
Yeah,
that,
he did
was he
sports.
guesting?
Well, he was
on
another.
air?
Yeah,
You're
he became
kidding.
a huge fan of the show, and then he was doing this. Was it the sports? I think he did the sports for
That
the show.
sounds right, because that's why Sean
Yeah.
Sean was on the Kings then.
Yeah.
And they always got up. They always would like hole off in the corner and talk before
Yeah.
we were like, hello,
so
we have to get on air.
Yeah. And Nicole and I also bonded over that because we were both hockey fans, and we
course.
both also played hockey.
played hockey too?
Well, she played. I took drills classes and stuff, and
You dressed
learned
up?
how to play. And I did an event for the radio station where it was called Score on Stacey. And I was
Gonna have to put up a new thing for that. Gee whiz.
and I was the goalie, and I was dressed in all the goalie gear, and only one puck came through.
That's all?
Yep.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Was it the last one?
No, it was
good.
but it was like, I will say, if you've ever played hockey, you know how stinky the equipment can get, and I had to borrow someone else's goalie gear, and it was A, too big for me, but also it was so stinky because it just never.
Was it a dude's?
It was a dude's.
Yeah,
and it doesn't.
I don't even know if it's the dude. It's like the stuff sweats. It's like the stuff smells after it gets wet or something.
I asked
you know what I mean?
for the fit because dudes have a different.
No, it was too big, but it was fine. But because it's like, when you're wearing that stuff, you're just like, sure, I can dive. I can do this. Who cares?
Yeah, invincible. God, it's so cool.
Smells the same.
You didn't play
disgusting.
goalie. You were, what did you play?
Right wing center.
And you
Badass.
probably know what that is.
Yes.
Unlike me.
Donna was the goalie. You met Donna.
Really? Dana Donna?
Donna.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Spelled Dana, pronounced Donna.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hence Dana Donna.
I always
There.
get it. I even
She's
say
awesome.
it
Doctor
out loud.
in Chicago or someplace.
Yeah, emergency room pediatric doctor. I think I said that backward, but
No, I think you got it right. That's all right.
Hey, you got a lot of words out.
hey.
All right.
So it
So what are you doing now then?
So now.
Can I say you're working from home, which is an adjustment, right? Tell us
Yes.
about that.
Well, I am a
Since
fairly.
we are obviously doing the same
Yes,
thing.
I'm a fairly social person. I like interacting with people, and so now I'm working remotely for my job, and it's it's a challenge because I like to interact with people, but it's a learning curve for sure, and it's like it's a different sort of discipline. It's it's like, oh, well, I mean, I want to go sit on this couch or, do something, but I have to sit at my desk and
I was gonna. Are you mainly on your phone, or are you on the computer? Or?
Both. I mean, I'm doing a lot of research during the day, but also.
But it's the type of thing that I could do this in bed if I didn't want to get up today, and it's like that's
but
when you start.
It's like you
that's-
have to
becomes a slippery slope.
You have to treat it like you're going to the office.
Agreed.
You have to get dressed,
Go shower,
and go
get up,
get
absolutely.
shower. Like I get up, I make my bed, I shower, I work out in the morning. Like I still work out at 7 in the morning.
Nice.
Just because get home, shower,
And then you keep
and then
the schedule, too.
and then it's like doesn't feel. Yeah, because it's easy to slip into the slope. And I've talked to people who, other
All it takes
people
is
who work
one
from
day.
home.
Oh, I'm a little, I'm a little congested today. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
take it the morning off and whatever. And then next thing you know, at noon you're still in your pajamas at the couch. And then tomorrow begins the same way because I'm just gonna do the morning.
Yep.
You can't
You
ever
can't.
stop with. You can't
You
relax.
have to and you have to set up an area that's like an office
Yeah.
area so that.
or
it's-
TV studio.
Yeah.
Whatever
well,
works for you.
I mean, which is a very beautiful studio. But yeah, you have to have a place to go. And if I wasn't doing conference calls all day, I'd go to a coffee shop or whatever. But
are you on a lot of calls like that?
yeah, conference calls all
Yeah.
day long.
I used to.
What is it that you do now? Can we?
Oh.
I know.
Yeah.
Can we talk about it?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
It's not illegal.
No. But with the nature of the industry that we all work in, sometimes
no, I mean
it's
it's
confidential stuff.
Oh no, I mean I work for
You organize events and stuff.
yeah, I'm
Oh,
a manager
okay.
of programming for national events for a company called Trunk.
Okay.
Yeah,
Trunk.
Trunk.
Tronk?
TRONC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Tribune online content.
As in
which is
Tribune?
Tribune. Mhm.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
So just a subsidiary
Yeah.
there, and
Yeah.
cool. Whoa, they
So-
were huge. I remember they syndicated everything
Yeah.
that when I was a kid, all the talk shows,
Yeah.
all of that stuff. Did they still? I guess maybe there aren't that many anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I work specifically in the events department, so all of the national.
Yeah, but tell me about
events-
the rest of the company.
Yes, I mean, I've only been there for a couple of months now. So
Oh.
yeah,
you're
I'm
brand
new.
new.
I'm new.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
why
I
the
started.
adjustment, 'cause
Yeah,
you're at home.
I started in February.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so new.
Do you travel a lot now?
I'm going to be I just got back from Chicago for an event, and then I'll be going to a couple of other markets for some of our other events. So yeah, I mean, it looks like I'll be traveling probably once a month at least, which is,
Domestic?
yeah,
Okay.
unfortunately, but.
No, there was
No,
no
I don't.
judgment
No,
to that.
no.
I just meant like, oh, so it's probably
No.
close.
Yeah,
You're not,
I mean, it'll be a fun, and all of the cities that I would be going to, I actually have friends and family in.
Cool.
So
Oh, that's nice.
that helps. Like Chicago was great. I worked, but then I got to have dinner with friends that lived in Chicago who I don't get to see very often.
Cool.
So it works out.
It's the coolest thing about business travel is
Yeah.
getting to go around and see people.
Yeah.
Similar, because you were in radio and you dealt with all the talent from everywhere, and I did, and I had talent everywhere. So
Yeah.
it's like people everywhere. So that was always really neat for me to get to see people that like I don't necessarily have a reason otherwise to go to Philadelphia. So it was really neat to see.
Yeah,
the
and I've
field
lived.
people I worked there.
I've lived a lot of places too. So.
Where
have
else have you lived?
Well,
Sorry.
yeah, it's fine. I'm from New York, but I lived a little bit in Massachusetts. I lived in Massachusetts until I was 9. Then I lived in New York.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I was born in New York, moved to Massachusetts,
Gotcha.
moved back to New York.
Gotcha.
Then went to college in Buffalo, and then transferred to Florida,
Holy
and then moved
shit.
out here.
You really, and it's a lot of ping pong too.
Well, you got to leave Buffalo for warm weather.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, she went to Michigan. She went
I
from
know.
Rochester to Michigan.
Cold to colder.
Yeah.
I got made fun of all the time. But then I also came out here. So it was like,
Yeah,
all of it.
that makes sense.
And now people are like, "Oh, you should move." Like some of my friends in Chicago are like, "Move to Chicago." I'm like, "Winter, not sure
You've been out
I
here long
can
enough.
do that
thinned out.
anymore." Like, not sure that's on my.
What about how old were you when you lived in New York? And were you in New York City or whereabouts?
I was in Queens.
Oh,
yeah.
Then you're in there.
I was there from 9 until 18.
Oh, so you remember it?
Yeah.
So, all right, going back now in the wintertime.
I don't.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. It's when I was a kid, I have all these wonderful memories of snow time, snowing in
Yeah.
New York City, and just it was so pretty and it was so clean and the city was so quiet and
Yeah.
all of the stuff. As an adult, holy shit, that is all it
Yeah.
is an impediment. It's just a big impediment to keep you
Yeah.
from the rest of your day.
Yeah,
It is amazing.
No. I mean, if I have to during that time, but like traveling during, I just try not to travel during the holidays.
Yeah.
Even because
It's too
it's
crazy.
a nightmare. Like even my flight on Sunday coming back from Chicago was delayed 2.5 hours because of fog and weather, and it was
in
like
June.
and all of the flights were delayed, so it was just a big
A
nightmare.
bunch of people sitting in the airport who were like, I should be on a plane right now.
Yeah.
And
It was
home.
insane. So
Oh, wow.
and it's always funny too because these people are getting angry at the airlines, and it's like, yeah, but then if they put you on a plane and it was dangerous,
Right, what are you
just
gonna do?
like they're thinking about you. They're not. No one wants to be here.
Yeah.
Like this is. They also want to be home with their family or on their connecting flight or whatever. Like
Yeah.
it's just.
We planned this malfunction to screw with your day
Yeah.
personally, sir. You right there. You in the green
Yeah.
hat. You,
So it's
the one taking this personally.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that sometimes airlines can handle things better, but the reality is, these things happen.
It comes down to people, right? At the end
Yeah.
of the day, it's all just people, and people are fallible. Mm-hmm. And we're perfect too. You know what I mean? It's both. It's all the stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah. So I try not to travel during winter.
All right.
Yeah.
When was the last time you were back? I mean, does that still feel home to you in any way? I mean, you've been gone and lived so many other places. Maybe I'm.
I will always be a New Yorker.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
You
it's
come
just-
across as a New Yorker to
Right.
me from your
Yeah.
heart level. You know what I mean?
Like I'll always be a New Yorker. I don't know if I'll ever move back there, but I was just there in November for a couple of days visiting friends because my family isn't there anymore anyway. So like if I go, it's to see. I mean,
You see friends and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I'm the same way.
but all my like childhood friends are still there, and I have friends that were here that moved there, and so I have a lot of friends out there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You get to see everybody.
Yeah, it's hard. Like I have to go for like a good long time to like try to. It's like lunch with this person, happy hour with this person, dinner with this person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a lot because that city it's always going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, once
for
you're out
sure.
here for long enough, and then once your life changes, however, and
Yeah.
you get into whatever your new life is, and you think back about holy shit, the crap you used to do, and everyone's still doing it, and it's like I just literally don't know how that used to be possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With your brain, but with our abilities, it was like wow, that speed.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
Like I was out till 5 a.m. because it's New York, and I got up at 8, and it's like, yeah, let's go, and then I don't know.
It's fantastic and it's amazing. I just can't imagine getting that much accomplished in Los Angeles. And proximity is part of it. You know, you can't get anywhere. You can go places and get shit done in New York, whereas it takes forever just to even go places.
Yeah. I should technically live in New York because I hate driving so much.
Oh yeah.
That like
Why,
this
you
is
do?
my like yes.
Let's talk about this.
I do, which is funny for you guys because you love to drive.
For sure.
No, I just
Well, what kind of car are you driving?
Well-
Let's get there first. And it doesn't matter. There's no judgment.
I don't care. I drive a 2000 Honda Civic.
Okay.
Okay. And people are like, "Oh, you should
you
get
don't
a new."
care.
I don't. No, I really don't. No, I really don't. Well, funny you should say that though. This car was stolen 2 years ago, and I got it back
What?
a month later. Yeah.
There was a time when Hondas were the number one
No, and
car
they still
stolen,
are.
like in the world. Is
They
it really
s-
still?
Oh yeah. Like when I called the insurance company and the cops to tell them that it had been stolen, they both kind of laughed and they're like, "Yeah,
Okay.
you're not getting that
Yeah.
back. Like it's already in parts somewhere." And I'm like, "Okay." And then
It's on 16 different
Yeah.
cars now.
I ended up
But you
getting it
got
back.
it.
I got it back a month later. I thought for sure I wasn't getting it back. Got it back a month later, and then
How?
they found it like on the
But
street.
what happens? Do you wait? Does your insurance company make you wait a month?
You have to
or
wait
whatever?
30 days.
Oh,
So the
and it
day, yeah, actually, I know it
So
sounds
this is-
fake, but actually the day that the insurance company called me was the day the police found my car. Oh. Yeah.
It's like maybe I want it back after a
Right.
couple hours. I don't want it back after a month. I'm sure
Yeah.
of it.
I'm
And
good.
it
I
was-
think of the Big Lebowski. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what's that smell? Oh, that's probably a vagrant's left in the. Like, come on.
Yeah, so I got, but by the way, just so you know, this was my second car that's been stolen, not my first.
Both out here.
Both out here.
You live in Hollywood.
Not
that matters, but
My first car got stolen. It was a Nissan, and it was stolen from the Valley. And my second car was stolen from Los Feliz. So,
Jeez.
yeah. People are like, how do you get 2 cars stolen? And I'm like, I don't know.
it is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting.
But I totally understand. But it's interesting.
Yeah, so for me, people are like, oh, you should get a new car. I'm like, why? Like, I'm going to get it. It's going to, like, cost a lot of money.
Right.
I'm going to get a dent in it.
Yeah, I
like,
agree with
the
all that.
next
If it's
day,
just transpo
like,
for you, you're doing it right.
When my car dies, which it's a Honda, so it will never die,
You've got a while.
like, then I'll get a new car, but I
Or
just pay
another
for-
used car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just pay for insurance. Like, why would I spend?
And it probably is not much.
Right? Why would I spend an extra $500 a month for? I know it's weird, but there's public transportation here, and I take the metro all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Can you tell us about that? I've never.
Yeah.
When it first opened, I went down into that station that's in Hollywood, whatever that, just to see it because
Yeah.
everyone was like, "Oh, good! It's so pretty! It's so beautiful! It's so new and clean." And we did,
Yeah.
and
And then
that
it-
has been my experience. Other than watching Speed,
Yeah.
where they were building it, that has been my experience with the LA Metro. How is it?
I love it. You know, it's easy. The problem with the LA Metro system is that it doesn't go enough places.
Right.
But now it goes even to the beach,
Which is nice.
which is really nice. And I've taken it to the beach before. It's great. It's nice.
It goes
You
all
can
the way to
sit
like the promenade, right?
Yeah,
It dumps you off there.
right there. You can sit there. You can read. You can listen to a podcast. You can, catch up on emails or whatever. And I get in my car and I start to drive, and people are so dumb
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
that within 5 minutes I'm like full of rage.
Agreed.
And whenever I take the metro, I'm like, oh, who cares? Everything's great.
Because you don't have to worry about
I
it.
don't have to think about that. I can use my brain for other things other than the stupidity of drivers.
No one's paying attention, is what I noticed when you watch.
Yeah.
When you, if you were to look at the other drivers in the cars, because
Oh.
our windows are down at all times. We don't even have a radio in the car,
Yeah.
let alone the ability to listen to it. So we're really connected with the moment when
Yeah.
we're driving, and you get to look around and see that no one around you is.
The-
Very few people.
The amount of people
Everyone's
that
with
when
their
I look
phones.
up and are this like not even
They're not even hiding it
pretending.
anymore. We
They're
talk
not even
about that.
pretending. They're like this. I'm like, what is about to happen?
Yeah.
It's a little terrifying to watch. And I was a horrible texter driver. So I'm not judging it, but I'm judging a little bit. It's terrifying to see
Yeah.
the amount of people that are like so absorbed in it. Like it's not their first one.
Yeah.
So like they're in that conversation.
Conversations, yeah.
And it's like, Jesus Christ, like what's happening?
I've seen people eating something with like silverware,
Yeah.
which is also like
They're holding it well,
yes,
right?
and I'm like, how is that a thing?
Yeah.
What are you driving with, ma'am?
Like I don't like. There's just so many questions, and I also walk a lot in this city too because I live in Los Feliz, so I live in a neighborhood where I can,
That's
it's
nice.
a really walkable
It's nice to have
neighborhood.
a neighborhood.
And it's also terrifying to walk in this city, and I've almost been hit by cars so many
Oh.
times, not just by walking.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Oh, you in
unbelievable.
crosswalks and stuff, or just up on the curb?
Yeah, crosswalks, like just like going from corner to corner, and someone's turning and they're not paying
Yeah.
attention, or they're
Yeah.
in a rush. It's like I have the walk sign, and people
And
are
I'm a
like
human.
like turning into me, like walk faster, walk faster. It's just like. So I try to avoid driving as much as humanly possible.
Sounds
Yeah.
like people are your problem.
Yeah.
You know what I
probably.
mean?
I mean,
but I'm really social. I love interacting with people.
no, I do. I love
I-
people,
I
but
know.
like
It's a lot.
driving. So yeah, no. So I'm gonna keep my Honda Civic until
Okay.
it either dies or gets stolen again. We'll see which comes first.
I really-
With me, you never know. It's a 50-50 shot.
That's pretty good. Can I switch gears for a second and
Yes.
talk about a chum I used to have called Courtney Carrillo?
Oh my God, yes. We all have to say hi, Courtney.
Hi.
Hi, Courtney.
I told him I was doing this, and he was like, "Oh, say good things about me." And
I
I'm
want
like,
him to
"Oh."
come over so bad. I love that guy so much, and I've never been a good friend when it comes to like, keeping up with it.
Yeah.
In the old days, we used to work together and we'd see each other every day, and we would go to Hawaii like once a year, like
I
with a
know.
big group.
Do you guys not go to Hawaii anymore? Because I'd been invited before and couldn't make it, but now I feel like, I can do it.
We're looking forward to getting back to all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Once this kind of takes off and some of our projects go, I
Okay.
think,
I'm in.
Cool.
I mean, I
Be a
haven't
lot
been
more.
invited yet, but I'm coming. Just so you know.
Cool.
No, but Courtney and I traveled
fellow
together.
Porsche owner, right? He's
Yes.
got the 912 still.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Orange.
Tangerine, yep.
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 Yeah, he and I travel together too. We are planning on going to. I think we're going to go to Denver. To what's the?
Dying to hear why you're going to Denver.
Because we want to see a Rockies game. No, what's the Red Rocks? Because we want. Neither one of us
Oh,
has
the
ever
concert,
seen. Yeah, neither
the
one
Who
has
are
venue.
you going to see there?
Yanni.
Blues Traveler.
That's
Okay.
amazing. That's amazing.
That's fantastic.
I was joking with the 90s, and
Yeah.
I went to Yanni because I remember that. Oh, that was the Acropolis. But Dave Matthews did Red Rocks,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to listen to that album that he taped
There was a
there
live, yeah.
ad nauseum. I listen
Yeah.
to it all the time.
I feel like Blues Traveler did one too, to be honest. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
They-
and apparently
And
they
they're so good.
Apparently they play there every year for 4th of July. So I think we're going to go 4th of July,
No
see the
kidding.
fireworks. Yeah.
They were
do
a
the whole
huge
thing.
Letterman band, Blues Traveler.
Oh,
'cause
really?
They got their start on the old, late night show way back when, and they just always,
That's
all
cool.
those guys like Dave Matthews and John Mayer, the guys who kind of, break
Yeah.
there, they kind of sort of, I don't know, maybe it's like comedians, maybe there's just always that fondness.
Dave
For your
Matthews-
first time.
Dave Matthews is going to be playing at the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, that's a good
I
one.
think we're going to try to go see that show.
That's a good one.
I bet that'll be a good one. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
Did we go see him together one time? I know
It's
I saw.
possible.
No, it might have been someone else. I've seen him once, and I think it was in like Santa Barbara.
Okay.
Out here since I've been out here, but
Yeah, I'm
He's just such a
I've
good
seen
performer.
so many shows because of working at indie and stuff and having friends in the music
Oh,
industry
of
that
course.
like they all start to blend and like who I've seen what with kind of,
It's all one big concert
Yeah.
experience, and everyone's there.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
You're just the coolest.
no, I'm definitely not cool.
Before you leave today, I want to remember to give you something. I have this sounds bizarre, but I have from Porsche. I have the certificate of authenticity for his Porsche 912.
Oh,
there was
okay.
a time. There was a time when I was going to buy
Well,
that
no,
car,
no,
and I
don't-
did all the research and I got all the stuff. But now I
Don't
want to.
give it to me.
Well, you'll see
Get
him
him
before
on
me.
your
It's been
show
years.
and give it to him.
All right,
live
will
and
you
in
help me get him
person.
on? Because he's
Yes.
kind
I
of
wish
shy.
I would have thought about it and had him come like today.
That would have
It could
been
have been like a
amazing.
little.
Well, then why
at
don't
the
you
end of
come
the
back
day.
and bring him if we can't
Yeah.
get him, or you
Okay.
come back with him. Regardless.
I'll see what I can do.
All right, I love that guy. I really, really do.
I think we'll have to have some alcohol on set, maybe. Like
There's tons
loosen
of
him
alcohol
up.
Have
for
some.
everybody. We don't drink anymore, but for anybody else, we have
Oh, great.
everything here. Whatever
Okay.
you want.
FYI.
Yeah.
It's all over there.
Open
This
up
is
the pill
water,
drawer for it.
everyone.
No, I'm just kidding.
in case. This is just water.
We have
It really is just water.
It really
Not even
is.
coffee.
I know. It's just water. I'm boring. I don't like coffee.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Do you do tea at all?
I do tea. I
Are
just
you
don't like
against the caffeine, or is
no
it
the
just
taste.
Yeah.
I don't like the taste of coffee.
But you drink booze.
yeah.
Love that.
Whiskey.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. Well, and
I used to love whiskey, too.
when I used to smoke cigarettes, people thought they couldn't fathom the idea that I smoked and didn't drink coffee.
Oh God, this
And I'm
combo
like-
to me has always grossed me out because I used to
disgusting.
smoke too,
Yeah.
and I didn't used to drink coffee. It always grossed me
Yeah,
out.
I
And
don't-
people who do smoke and drink coffee are disgusting. Sorry, people.
It's a pretty gross out.
I mean, talk about bad breath. You don't wash it out.
Yeah,
it's
there's
not. It's not better
it's-
for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's true. I hear that.
Unrealized goals.
Oh my God. Ooh.
Is there a dream? Is there something you've always wanted to do? Be it
There-
simple, be it complex, something
It's-
that perhaps the
it's-
Ryans could point you in the direction and help you
No, I
achieve?
mean, I'm on a journey. I am still trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up.
There's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah, I mean, unrealized goals. Not really. Like, in the sense that there are things that I want to accomplish. I think at some point, probably, but I'm not. I'm always striving for them. And if there's like something that I want to try, like I want to learn how to play hockey. Like I did that like in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It wasn't something that I started. I was like, I really want to learn how to play hockey.
Right.
And so
You weren't
first-
13 and training with your parents on
then
the frozen rink in
and
the
then
backyard.
I went and first I had to learn how to ice skate because I didn't really know how to do that. You know what I mean? Like I'd skated, but not
Just
was
little
a
hurdles-
skater.
little hurdles to
So I
overcome.
did that, and then a couple of years ago, we all made for New Year's, instead of Courtney being one of the people, instead of making like a New Year's resolution, we all had to think of something that we wanted to do that we've always wanted to do or always thought about doing and never done. Courtney went skydiving.
Cool.
Which, by the way, if he does come on, that's a story.
Fantastic.
Good to know.
It's a great story. And I was like, I always wanted to learn how to play the saxophone. So
Did you?
I went online, I bought a saxophone, and I started taking lessons.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so
So-
you more live in the moment and you just take the opportunities as they come, as you
Yeah.
find them.
I'm
Good for
trying
you.
to, I try, like right now I'm taking like voiceover classes. Like I feel like every day I want to like try or learn something new.
That's so cool that
You
you're doing
know?
voiceover classes.
So, yeah.
It's very cool. But that quality is one that I find so endearing about you, and I always have. So kudos for keeping it up and being like finding cool shit to do. Like
Yeah.
it's so
Oh,
neat.
Being
Thank
willing to
you.
try new things.
Yeah,
Not everybody is.
No, and I know, and I try to like, well, that's why it was such a great like New Year's resolution in a way, because
Yeah.
then like everyone kind of was like had to think about it and then take that on as something that they wanted to really do. And with New Year's resolutions, it's so easy to go, I'm going to quit smoking, I'm going to exercise more, I'm
Right.
going to eat better.
It's very easy to do when you're drunk at 11:45
right,
on New Year's Eve.
exactly. So and I like was like I wanted to try. We all wanted to try to do something that would make sense, and so yeah, I try to do new things or try to experience new things because.
But it's great that you're not pining for something like, well, there's this one thing that,
Yeah.
if everything worked out perfectly and I were able to swing it, like, all right, yeah, I would like to do burlesque at 40 Deuce or
I
something. You know what I mean? Like,
I took a burlesque class.
and I was throwing that out there randomly, but you know what I mean? Like everyone has things. Mine was this, you know, I
Yeah.
did this in high school and I loved it. And now I'm doing it again,
Yeah.
following my passions and stuff. So good at it or not, I'm having a blast
Yeah.
and we're having fun. And I don't know, I'm trying to get more people to do that, I guess. So that's why I was asking.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's important because it's easy to like get set in your ways or, you know, and
Comfort is the poison. Yeah. Chris Rock.
and I'm not. I try to do something or agree to do something that's going to be a little bit of a challenge or makes me feel uncomfortable or nervous on some level.
How did you come to that? Like, was that ingrained at you from youth where he's,
No.
I need to always make sure that I'm expanding my consciousness, or
No.
is it as an adult, I just want to stay well-rounded?
I think it's as an adult, I wanted to stay well-rounded, but I think I also like, because like getting out there, meeting new people, experiencing new things, I just want, I want to just try them, and
It's almost
may-
a childlike
it's-
perspective, and
it's-
I love that, of just wanting to experience new things.
yeah, I mean, like I've been in a bowling league, I've been in a kickball league, like, so when someone's like, "Oh, do you want to do this?" I'm like, "Sure." The only thing that I really won't do is jump out of a plane because I'm terrified of heights. And even then, I'll do certain things, like when I went to Costa Rica, I went ziplining.
Whoa.
And-
so much harder.
Yeah, so
And-
much. Yeah,
I've jumped out of a plane twice, and I didn't want to do it either time.
But it was so funny because my friends have these like pictures of me called Faces of Fear because I have so many, like after the zip lining, they took pictures all along the way.
Okay.
And at the end you could buy a disc, like a CD or whatever with everyone's pictures on it. And like we were having
A rewritable CD-ROM?
Well, yeah, exactly. And they were like showing everyone's pictures, and my friend Brad was like, "I'm buying only yours because your face is so terrifying and like terrified in every picture." I'm just like, so like then they just joked that Faces of Fear, but I did it. But like jumping out of a plane like that is too
Can I tell you
much
something?
for
And
me.
I'm not trying to tell you to do it because
Yeah.
I'm one of those people who doesn't try to get anyone to do
Yeah.
anything because I feel like everyone should experience things in their own time. But I do like telling people about my experiences for the hope that maybe someone takes it.
Yeah.
The first time was, I don't know, probably close to 10 years ago now. I had no interest in doing it. I think maybe in a conversation with someone drunk at a bar once, and the girl that I was dating mentioned it. So, "Oh, we're doing this kind of, oh, that's awesome, man. Have a great time. I've always wanted to do that." Like, I didn't always want to do that, but I said it.
Right, of
Anyway,
course.
Christmas rolls around. Sure enough, open the box. Here's a certificate for Skydive Elsinore. And I'm thinking like, oh, whatever. I mean, I just don't care. I have an irrational fear of heights also. My dad had an irrational fear
Yeah.
of heights. He cured his by being a firefighter, and you used to have to climb that 100-foot
Yeah.
ladder truck. And it's one of the things they do to stop people from having a fear of heights is climb that 100-foot ladder truck. It worked for him. I was never a firefighter, so I never actually conquered mine.
Right.
I don't care for heights at all. I'll go to tall places, but I feel it and I don't like
Yeah.
it and the whole bit. I thought for sure someone is going to have to push me out of this plane. And I'm okay with doing it because whatever. I mean, who cares? It's going to, more than
Right.
likely, I'm going to be fine. And if not, I'm not going to know much about that.
Right.
Probably. There's so much rigmarole to get through, whether you watch the video and you pay the thing and you sign your life away and then you go get juiced up and then they, suited up and the whole thing and your harness and the whole rig, and then they tighten it in all your places, and then you get on the plane, you waddle over to the plane and you take a picture and you go up and they strap you to the guy. There's so much involved. And then you get lightheaded from the altitude and the whole thing on the way up. By the time when it came time to jump out of the plane, when we're standing there at the door, easiest part of the whole thing. And I was convinced that I was not going to do it on
I
myself.
don't
I was
know.
just like, let's go. I couldn't wait to get out because you want it to be over at that point.
I guess. Yeah.
It's so
well,
weird.
I've done paragliding.
Ooh,
when
that's
you have
scarier to me. You're doing all the scarier shit.
seriously, you're
This is the
going like
thing that's-
above and beyond, and like I don't like walking.
And the
Like,
irony is, if you did this one first, those other ones you wouldn't have been afraid of.
yeah,
I don't know if I would do paragliding again though, but I did it once.
That's
But it was
there's a
like-
lot of variables there.
Well,
Yeah.
A lot of
but
variables.
same thing with at least with paragliding, the chute's already open. So like it just has to catch the wind. Whereas like when you jump out of a plane, there's
You know,
so
it's a
many
different type of
things that
chute,
you
though,
have to
too.
remember too. There's not. I mean, I would obviously do it with another tandem. I
should
wouldn't
have
do it
said
by
that.
myself.
Both of mine were tandem. I should have
Yeah.
said that. Yeah.
I wouldn't do it by
Was
myself.
the paragliding by yourself?
No, it was tandem also.
Okay.
But funny enough, another instructor had to hold my hand on the other side to like get me to run off the side of the cliff. Like it took forever. As we were driving up the mountains, my hand got sweatier and sweatier and sweatier. And I was like,
feel it
I don't
coming.
think I can do it. I don't
Oh
think
my
I can do it.
gosh.
I did it, but I did it. I'll do it. I won't. I know I can't jump out of a plane, but I fly all the time, and I have no fear of flying at all. Zero.
It's very
Well, it's weird.
there's a word, but it's
You're out of
weird.
control. When you're flying in an airplane, you have it's you on
Yes.
the train. You have no versus driving.
Yeah.
You have no responsibility other
Yeah.
than to be a good passenger. I mean,
Yeah.
you have no part in keeping that tube up. Yep.
Yep. No, but also I've been
Said it.
flying. I've been flying by myself since I was really like my parents were divorced when I was 5. When I was like little, I was flying back and forth from like New York to Massachusetts, and so
I was doing that on the train.
Yeah,
to Connecticut.
so
and
you're
stuff,
taking
to Maryland.
I was so used to being on a plane that it never occurred to me to be scared of it.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
And now, like, I can see myself getting a little, like when it gets really bad turbulence, I'll get a little nervous, but I'm still
Is
not.
that the adult in you of just
Probably,
being
like,
what could happen?
Now I know what
Yeah,
can happen.
Totally. There's whatever you call it. Oh well, I can't think of the words now. I would like to. I think we should wrap it up because
Okay.
I'm feeling really good about this, and it's been an hour.
Oh, wow.
I hope that you'll come back so that you guys can talk more because I
Yes.
feel like it was a really neat experience for me to get to know you.
Yes.
But I don't know how much of a coffee date you guys got out of that.
As much as I wanted to see you for now, but please
But
do
yes.
come back and
Of course.
a lot.
Bring Courtney.
Well, I will. I'll try. I will try very hard.
All right. Well, we love you, Stacey Ackman.
Oh, well, thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here, and we will see you soon. I
Yes.
love you, Mrs. Ryan. Tomorrow we have no guest booked yet for tomorrow, so if anybody wants to come on, send us a message. Thursday we have Kate Post-Spitzer, and next week we've got good guests too. We've got Marco Gerasi from TLG. We've got
Carol next week?
Carol Leifer. We've got TV writer Scott Chernoff is supposed to be here, so
Oh,
next
yeah.
week's going to be good. Tomorrow, I don't remember. I know we're doing Bum Rush for Greatness. Bum Rush with Greatness tomorrow. We didn't do it today. I know we're doing that.
It'll be
And
fun.
The rest we'll have to figure out. But love you. We love you
you.
at home. Love you, Mrs. Ryan. Thanks so much, and we will see you tomorrow.
That went so quickly. I didn't realize.